Right, let's get into some international matters. Grim numbers, of course, coming out of the US in relation to coronavirus, with the country setting a single-day case record for the 5th time in just 8 days on Wednesday. Over 48,000 new cases of coronavirus, 2.6 million confirmed cases overall, and over 127,000 deaths. It's time now for my international panel. It's a takeover from the South Australians tonight. Joining me from Adelaide, former Senator Cory Bernardi, and Australia's former, probably the greatest, I have to say, Minister for Foreign Affairs. That's you, Alexander Downer. Thanks for having you.
Thank you,
thanks for coming on the show, gentlemen.
Thanks, Peta.
We're worried about numbers in the 60s and 70s, Cory, but these numbers in the US are pretty extraordinary. What hope do they have to get it under control?
Well, Peter, if you're going to have widespread testing, you're going to have more people diagnosed with the virus. Many of them will have very benign or no symptoms at all. And I suspect that would be true right across the world. The virus will run its course. It has everywhere else, and I think it will in the US also.
Alexander Downer?
Yes, it'll run its course. It's very difficult to control. And, you know, people say, well, once we find a cure for it, or once we find a vaccine, well, then the problem will be behind us. But this could be months or years away. So there's not a great deal more the Americans can do than ride it out as best they possibly can. But it will have quite difficult political consequences for President Trump when the election comes.
Absolutely will. Cory, in Seattle, police moved in. They used force to clear a protest zone in the city, and it followed an executive order from the mayor that the area be cleared. Now, these protests have been going on for months and months. They look to me now to be an established pattern, given the presidential election's only a couple of months away, 4 months away. Is this part of a deliberate campaign strategy, do you think, from the Democrats or allies of the left side?
Well, I do think, Peter, that the Democrats want as much chaos as possible leading into the election. But I'm reliably informed that the protesters in Seattle targeted the mayor's house, and that sort of tipped her over the edge. It went from being a summer love-in to a dangerous thing and had to be dismantled. So always back that horse called self-interest in politics, both for the local mayor and for the national Democrats in the states.
Alexander Downer, talk to me about Joe Biden. He's already said he'll have a woman as his running mate. The campaign confirmed today they're looking at, as you'd expect, vetting a number of racially diverse women to bowl up as his potential vice president. The top 4, the names we've been told, are Senators Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Congressional Rep Val Demings, and Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Who do you reckon will get it?
Well, it's hard to say, but I think Kamala Harris would have to be a strong favourite, a Californian, a senator. She meets all the criteria they're looking for in an era of identity politics. But you know, personally, I'm not really into identity politics. I think it's proved to be incredibly divisive. And if Joe Biden just wants virtue signalling and symbols, rather than run good candidates, then he might find it difficult to win the election. He's obviously the favourite to win, but once Donald Trump engages him, I think he's going to come under a lot of pressure. There's still a long way to go in this campaign.
Yeah, and look, it's a fascinating race, particularly when the two men get in a room together.